You've likely heard of Slay the Spire, right? It's an amazing game that even 5 years post-release continues to dominate, both in online metrics and reviews. Basically, it is agreed upon as the best single-player card game out there. But can it be the only outstanding one? Are there other card-based games that are equally as awesome? Have you ever come across Griftlands? Developed by Clay Entertainment, the same company behind such greats as Don't Starve franchise and Oxygen Not Included. Originally announced as an open-world RPG that somehow managed to transform into a roguelite deck builder, and a highly impressive one at that. A game that is filled with novel, interesting and unusual elements that are hard not to praise. Never heard of it, right? I won't be surprised, because somehow no one talks about it, but I believe it truly deserves to be talked about. So I'll do exactly that and invite you to join me. I want to kick it off with a brief development history, as its journey is quite intriguing, adds an interesting layer to the story, and may shed light on why it flew under many people's radar. Griftlands was initially announced in 2017 at the E3 event, presented as an open-world RPG featuring turn-based combat and random encounters, reminiscent of the JRPG genre. The initial vision for Griftlands was remarkably ambitious, with developers aiming to incorporate extensive freedom and variability. The plan included implementing a full trading simulation, crafting system, dynamic factions, and a variable story. The confidence in the game was evident, so much so that they released an official trailer showcasing gameplay and even provided a release window. However, as it often the case in stories like this, something went awry. The anticipated release window arrived, but the game did not. There was no game and no news either. It seemed as though Griftlands had been forgotten. It wasn't until the late 2018 that we received a semblance of an update. A statement that simply stated, "We are still working on this game, and it is not cancelled. We jumped the gun on announcing it because we thought we were further along than we were." This still suggested that the originally announced game was in the works, just at a delayed schedule. But oh boy, that assumption turned out to be incorrect. More silence followed until E3 2019, where Griftlands resurfaced with a brand new trailer, this time showcasing a card building roguelite, a complete 180 from what was initially expected. This is a different game. While the art style remained the same, the core of the game had undergone a fundamental transformation. An alpha test began immediately, with early access scheduled for the following year and a planned release date set for autumn 2020. It was very ambitious to give a new release window for this game, and unsurprisingly, it did not meet this release date. Given its history, I honestly wouldn't have expected it to. The early access phase proceeded smoothly, with significant updates arriving every few months, introducing new enemies, bosses, cards, events, and even game modes. Despite the community being relatively small, the developers actively listened and responded to their feedback. The final release occurred on June 1st, 2021, nearly a year later than initially anticipated. Fortunately, the release was successful, we were presented with a completed product that we can still enjoy today. Did Griftlands manage to overcome its rough development journey to become a good game nevertheless? Learn that in my full review right here. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be glad to see you in the next one.